Good afternoon and welcome today. Today is day 89. I'm taking a zero in Harper's Ferry. It was a very interesting, it's been a very interesting day so far from a logistical standpoint. So I am going to definitely get to some sightseeing because I just love some of this history that's in this town. And it's a beautiful town. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, and if you're wondering what I'm wearing, these are loaner clothes from the hostel. Anyway, I'm wearing loaner clothes from the hostel because they did my laundry yesterday, and well, I didn't want to get my hiking clothes all sweaty again, so I'm just keeping their loaner clothes on. But anyway, it's a beautiful town, and I definitely recommend Harper's Ferry. It's beautiful. There's so much history. There's the old part of town, which is really cool. There's the Potomac River and the confluence between the Potomac and the Shenandoah rivers. Really cool stuff. So anyway, I just walked over to the ATC headquarters because my blue hat, which you see on my head, I left it there yesterday. So I walked a half a mile up this very steep hill to get my hat. I called ahead of time and they said, oh yeah, we have a blue hat here that's been here since yesterday. So stupid me. Anyway, got the hat, and I'm really glad I went because when I got there, some former hikers that I've been hiking with, Butters and Price Tag and Lynx, were there. They had just gotten into town, and Butters' mother was there, and she made some cookies and some blueberry muffins, which she was giving out to all the hikers. And of course, I definitely partook in that. So that was really nice. And so my quilt is not coming to Harper's Ferry, which is okay because I'm going to, I was able to get in touch with the company after much angst because we kept getting cut off, and for whatever reason I did not have a good cell service connection in the room that I was in at the Town's Inn where I'm staying. And he said, okay, there's at Enlighten Equipment, he said there's confusion, so I'm going to forward it to Harper's Ferry. And before I could tell him, no, don't forward it to Harper's Ferry, send it to Maryland, which is where I'm going to be next. Anyway, the long of the short is, after much delay, he sent me an email saying he is going to send it to a hostel in Maryland called Zero Stay Hostel, which I have a reservation for on Friday, and I should be there on Friday. So that and a new pair of hiking shoes, which I sent by Amazon, should be there by Thursday. So both things should be there by Thursday, and I'm going to be there by Friday. So God willing, that will all work out, and it's going to feel like Christmas. And then I've got to get to a post office and return my, send my 20-degree bag home. So that's the plan. It's a lot of logistics that, through hike, you got to make sure you get all this stuff done. But I'm really glad to be back on trail tomorrow and not have to hang out here another day, which, wouldn't have been the end of the world, but, it gets expensive staying in hostels or inns or whatever. And frankly, I want to move on. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm hiking the Appalachian Trail, to hike. So, so that's all taken care of. And now I am walking down the hill back into town, and I'm going to do a little bit of sightseeing in the Civil War area and show you some of the sights. Micah is very comfortable right now. We had a nice walk this morning down to the Potomac River, and which you'll see again tomorrow. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, mulberries. Oh, and they're ripe. Ooh, some of them are ripe. Oh, but they're on the ground and there's a car coming, so I probably should keep walking. Um, sorry. Yeah, I should probably get on the other side of the road. Yes, Micah is very happy. We took a little walk this morning, and sorry about that. We took a little walk this morning, and then we sat outside for breakfast. I just had a little breakfast sandwich at the deli across the street, and a cup of tea. And then I could see he was just feeling a little hot, so I fed him his breakfast and said, you know what, you're going to stay in the air conditioning for most of the day and just rest. And he was very happy to crawl up on the bed and rest today. So that's a good thing. He doesn't need to go sightseeing with me. All right, so as we get a little closer to some of the sites, I will show you what's going on. All right, I hope you're all having a great Tuesday. Yeah, so I'm walking down the hole from the road from the ATC, and I've walked about a half a mile, and now I'm heading into town. That stone building right there is where I'm staying, and here is some stores. The Vintage Lady, and the Rabbit Hole restaurant where I ate dinner last night and probably will eat again tonight because it's right across from the Mountain Inn, or the Towns Inn, I guess it's called, which the Towns Inn Mountain House. And there's a great sandwich place right across the street with smoothies that make non-dairy smoothies, which made me so comfortable. And you can see there's hikers coming out, and there's a lot of people with family members, so a lot of people meet family members here too. It's another place that people kind of gather. So I'm gonna go down and check the outfitter right now because I need one meal and a couple of protein bars. Gift shop here. And I'm heading down the stairs from where I just was to go down by the tracks, which is where the Amtrak comes through. I actually, Cosmos, one of the guys that I saw at the campsite, he was taking Amtrak to the airport in DC and then was heading to New Hampshire because he's doing a section hike of New Hampshire. And then here's another pub. Almost Heaven Pub. And just continuing down the stairs here to the tracks. Then I'm gonna head over to the outfitter, which is right to my right. But this is the other part of town. Almost Heaven Grill. They have, this is like a more pub fare. They have ice cream, of course. And here's another establishment. And here's the outfitter. It's considered a general store, but it's really an outfitter. So I'm gonna go in and see what he's got. I'm at Harper's Ferry Outfitters, and I want you to meet
Garlic Man.
Garlic Man. Tell me about yourself, Garlic Man, and when you did the trail. I
did the trail in 2002 when it was about 29 miles shorter than it is now.
Oh, that's not fair.
It's true. See, I saved a day, at least 2 days. And it was the best thing I've ever done.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
And I was 53 when I did it, and I'm much older now.
Do you still hike?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I hike upstairs and back down again. Yeah.
Do you have any desire to be out in the outdoors again?
Oh,
and
sure.
Sleep outside?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I've spent
that.
6 years of my life outside, something like that.
Yeah. It's so wonderful. And what was do you remember what your favorite part of the AT was? or at least, you know, a section that you really liked more than any other section?
Well, as I told you, New Jersey was my favorite until I got to Maine, and then Maine.
Then Maine was your favorite. You know, I've heard Maine is so beautiful, and I've done parts of Maine, but I know a lot of people rush through it, and I don't want to rush through it.
No,
You know, Maine
no.
looks, it's,
Take your time.
yeah.
You take whatever time you can take.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
what
right.
it is.
Yeah. And you said that I'm on a good schedule right now.
Yes, you are.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Garlic Man.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate the interview. Of course, every town has to have a Whitehall Tavern, and this is the Whitehall Tavern as it was back in the day, 1850s, where the community gathered during the war, and they enjoyed their spirits. And this says here, oysters and lunches. Frederick Roeder wishes to inform all gentlemen, just gentlemen, they will be furnished at the bar with liqueurs, old and mellow, brandies, gin, rum, scotch, rye, and bourbon whiskey, wine, ale, porter, champagne, port, beer, and cider. Well, that pretty much takes care of everything they could possibly need. This talks about the Lewis and Clark expedition. They arrived March 16th, 1803. And they oversaw the building of a collapsible iron-framed, skin-clad boat and acquired supplies, tomahawks, and rifles. Left for Pennsylvania on April 18th and returned July 7th to gather materials, and left the next day for Pittsburgh. They were here to study the land, waterways, animal life, natural features, and resources of the West. And this is about the abolitionist John Brown. In 1859. He attacked Harper's Ferry, and he was hoping to inspire a revolt against slavery. And this is the foundation of where the Arsenal building weapons was. But his actions actually propelled the nation into civil war, and the fighting broke out in 1861. But you know, he was passionate against slavery, and that's the foundation there of where the building was. You can see some of it here.